Tower of Savings with Kyrios. Oh, welcome. I was just reading this great story in the Tower of Savings where all these adventurers were saving up their ciphers for these brand new matrices from world bosses. Absolutely hilarious. 2% droplet rate. All right, calm down, Baron Lord Kyrios. But there might be a little bit of truth to what he just said, and I think we may need to talk about this, whether you should save your ciphers for 2.3, 2.4, or you just don't save them at all. And actually, all of them are kind of valid. So why don't we just go ahead and talk through this? And you guys know the drill. You know, I'm going to show you a little bit of my CN account, a little bit of our global account, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe. Let's get started. All right, guys, welcome on in. This is going to be a ramble session and maybe a pretty rage and fuel session on if we should save or if we shouldn't save for those new matrices or new whatever or anything like that. So I'm going to talk all about that. We're going to switch between our global account and our CN account. Now, if you guys are wondering, the new matrices that a lot of people are buzzing about, let me go ahead to one of the new world bosses. You can see these brand new matrices. So I know you guys don't speak Chinese, so let me just jump over there. Let's review the matrices real quick before I get started on... I'm just going to tell you why you shouldn't save for 2.4, unless it does make a very critical change. All right, so we have the new matrices on screen. One comes from the magma world boss. One comes from, I don't even know, the wind boss. That's in some, I don't even know. But these two pieces are insanely good. They're great, and they're great that you potentially can get them for free. Two-piece harbor increases final damage 21%. Amazing. Increases final damage by 24%. This matrix effect can also happen in the back, in the offhand. Great. I don't like any matrix that's offhand, technically, besides Lin Yi's, that's not on both the two-piece and the four-piece. Makes it a little awkward at times. But we have the same thing over on Skilla. Skilla? I don't know. Increases critical damage by 27% and shatter by 27%. So pretty much a more cracked Shiro matrix, which like Shiro and Crow, made a it made a better matrix. And then increases Firebolt physical alter damage by 24% when you equip 2 or more weapons of different elements. So this is perfect for Rainbow Comp. I actually really like this set compared to the other set, in my opinion, but that's just at face value. So everyone's like, oh my god, we should save our matrix or save our Varus ciphers all the way to 2.4 and we'll get all these great new matrices.
But you won't.
Well, unless you've got the luck of the gods. So the biggest problem is that, once again, they come from the new world bosses in the new underwater zone. You have these world bosses right here. We've got new cosmetics. We'll talk about that in a new video, or maybe I'll do a short about that. And it's great. You can get the exoskeletons off these, right? You can get those exoskeleton pieces, and you can get a whole lot of goodness from them. You can get the reactors from these. Great. So you can choose which one you really want to go after with reactors or exoskeleton or whatever or whatnot. Now, one, we don't know what they're going to do in global. I have no idea what's going to be on here. Maybe it's the exoskeleton. Maybe they delay exoskeletons all the way to 2.4. We'll talk about that in just a second. And why you still may want to save the 2.4, but not for the matrices. And then the biggest tip, and it's not even a tip, it's just going to blow your mind. Big tip is, as far as I understand it, these matrices only have the same drop rate as every other matrix out there, which is around 3%, 2.5%, somewhere around there. So somewhere between 2 to 3%. So that, and you only get 2 Varus ciphers a week. So mathematically speaking, you should get one. What's the math on that? You should get one every like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, somewhere around there. And then you gotta hope you don't get a dupe. So good. It might take you 2 years to get this set, and there's not another place to get it, or at least that I'm aware of. Let me show you one place. Some people are saying that you can craft it, but let me double check there real quick. Let's put you on pause. All right, we're already taking a long time in this video, but you're at the new appointed research dude in the bottom of the ocean or wherever we're at. Now, by the way, get prepared for a new level of pain with how many of these you have to clear. Absolutely. But if you look through any of these, you can see these are part of the new Titan system. Those are the ones we get there. You get some stuff here. Maybe you get a one-time down below.
What? Maybe you get a one-time down below.
What the I haven't seen these all the way through, so maybe they do exist here. So the one thing I will say is that maybe there's I've heard some grapevine that there are matrices here. I have not seen them. So even if they are here, maybe there's a place where you can get a 2-piece or a 4-piece or something. But if you're saving your ciphers to essentially to get them as a drop rate, that's just not the way. And the one thing I do want to point out, which is the hugest tip, there's something missing from these new world bosses. This is the biggest tip I could offer. What is missing from them? There's no modules. There's no boosters. And that was done by design. And it wasn't done for free to play. It was done because I think they designed these bosses for people that are already maxed out or, swiped their credit card hard enough, right, to be there. All the other old world bosses have these modules, and they have the boosters. So if they don't implement the modules and boosters to the 2.4 world boss, especially for global, which I have a feeling they will. So don't get me wrong there, because mathematically it's just not going to work out, especially if they put the exoskeleton on it and delay it. If they do not have the modules and boosters, no one's going to do it. No one's going to be able to do it. I can't even do it. Like, I still have to go level all my other stuff, right? It's just not possibly feasible. So, like, no one's going to be doing 2.4 world bosses if that stuff doesn't exist. Now, talking briefly about the new world boss you guys are going to get in 2.3, this is probably going to have the micro reactor because all of our world bosses have been delayed by one. If you realize in our down in the abyss, right, for example, you'll know that we get the goggles, but in CN they get the reactor. So everything is delayed by one. So what's probably going to happen is that we're going to get the micro reactor here. It's going to be a little bit easier to get micro reactors, meaning that you're going to be able to flip up your strategy. You're going to be able to flip up your strategy in appointed research, where you're no longer having to do this one, even though you get a ton, like an absolute ton of micro reactors. It's actually, I think they messed up on the math here. It's crazy. Or it's a giant debate in order to get you to buy more energy. Don't do it. Don't. I see you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Currently, the goggles are the hardest thing in the game to get. So, as another tip, and don't flash on screen the big tip. Stop that. As another tip is that they're probably going to put goggles here at some point. I can only imagine they have to do that. It's to stem the bleeding, because it's just not balanced, right? You can get micro reactors faster than goggles, but goggles came out before micro reactor, and then for some reason we got a ton of combat engines that we don't even know what to do with. Like, we're just juggling combat engines and stuff like that. So, should you guys save? Yes. I honestly think you guys should save right now. Because I think the goggles are just not a good bang for buck. I don't even have a good pair of goggles, unfortunately. What I think you should save for is that new 2.3 world boss. It'll make it easier to get some micro reactors, and maybe it'll have the exoskeleton, maybe because we'll get the new event out then. It might have the new exoskeleton. If it does, that would have been a great save. So if you could save 8 Vera ciphers going into 2.3, which is going to be coming very, very soon. Probably at the end of the Annabella run. This would be great. So I would at least start getting a couple saving. And honestly, are you really burning too much over the couple weeks? It honestly doesn't matter what you do. This has been an entire rage session about just don't save for the matrices. Like, if you want to save for the 2.4 world bosses so you can do the new appointed research, you can do all that, go for it, right? That's cool. You want to save for it. But if you're saving ciphers for a 2%, 3% drop rate, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, right? That's a pipe dream, right? And like, it'll be cool if we can get it. And maybe there's some other places that you'll eventually be able to get those as well, because they were designed to help the new players and all that goodness. But if you don't get modules, once again, there's just not a place for it. There's just not a place for even looking at my gear, which is completely great. I mean, I need modules for the combat engine. I need modules for the micro reactor. I still need modules for the eyepiece. I'm going to need modules for the exoskeleton. And if you think I'm going to choose a 2% chance rate over getting modules and boosters, you're out of your mind. You're like everyone's on some cuckoo sauce, in all honesty. So am I telling you to save? Yes, go ahead and save a couple or 8 if you can get there going into 2.3, right? I'm already saving mine because, you know, I've just accepted my fate with the goggles. They need to make it easier, and they will make it easier because that's what they end up doing. So don't sweat it too hard. Was that a very long-winded video? I think it was. Guys, I appreciate you. Did I miss something? I probably did. I don't know. I'm just on the session. Just too much stuff going on, too many videos. I'm juggling things, and I'm getting better from being sick. And I do appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you found this entertaining, enlightening, insightful, something. See you out there. Comment down below. Take it easy. Fist bump from me to you.